Let's listen into what the cabinet has decided as far as relief for the sugar industry is concerned. A mere formality with that approval was pending. Let's listen in.
जो मंजूरी आज कैबिनेट ने दी है, उसका मुख्य और एक उद्देश्य यही है कि जो गन्ना किसान हैं, जिनको अपनी बकाया रकम नहीं मिल रही है, उनको भुगतान हो सके, इसके लिए ये आज फैसला किया गया है. As I said that the notification is being fine-tuned exactly because we do not want to at this point in time put out numbers or figures which have not been properly fine-tuned in terms of the notification. So as I said that later on this week or early next week the notification with details would come out. But an in-principle approval objectivized on payment of cane areas to farmers has been approved by the cabinet today. I will come back to it. Let me just run through it, and during the questions we'll look at it. The Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs has approved the proposal of the Department of Commerce to continue export of sugar without any quantitative restriction in view of the surplus availability of sugar in the domestic market. And finally, the Cabinet Committee on Skill Development today approved the National Skill Qualifications Framework, NSQF, a quality assurance framework which organizes qualifications according to a series of levels of knowledge, skill and aptitude. These levels are defined in terms of learning outcomes, which the learner must possess regardless of whether they were acquired through formal, non-formal or informal learning. The basic objective is to ensure that the National Skill Development Program is given a fillip. I would now turn over the floor to my senior colleague, Mr. Veerappa Moily, who would brief on the two cabinet decisions with regard to his ministry, and then we will take questions on all aspects of whatever you want to ask.
Good evening to all of you. I am quite proud to associate with my colleague, Sri Manish Tiwari, who has been the brightest spokesman of the ACC during my regime. I am quite happy to announce the decision of Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs on the decision of the gas price. Decisions are as follows. No change needs to be made in the earlier decision of the Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs on including spot price in computation of gas price. Number 2, cap or floor on gas prices is not required to be stipulated in the new formula. The natural gas pricing guidelines of 2013, which was taken, can't hear me? Whatever. Okay. All right. Shall I repeat it or? Huh? Okay.
Well, what I'll do is I'll switch on two mics.
Okay. Friends, I am quite happy to announce the decision of the Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs with regard to the gas price. Decisions are as follows. No change needs to be made in the earlier decision of CCA on including spot prices in computation of gas price. Number 2, cap or floor on gas prices is not required to be stipulated in the new formula. Natural gas pricing guidelines of 2013 taken on 27th June 2013 may be amended considering the following. The contractor would be allowed to sell D1 and D3 gas at the revised price from 1/4/2014. This sale would be permitted on the basis of a bank guarantee by RIL in favor of government as indicated in para 3.12b. In addition to that, we have also taken a decision on the CBM policy, which has to be, explored by the CIL, Coal India Limited. In fact, CBM blocks were offered by Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas under CBM policy has been demarcated, carved out quite far away from mining areas, leaving intervening barrier zones between working mines and CBM policy. There is an old policy. We thought it is more appropriate to revise the policy, and today we have taken that policy, and in fact some of the highlights of the policy is that right to exploration and exploitation of CBM will be granted to Coal India Limited and on nomination basis from all coal-bearing area for which they possess mining lease for coal. CBM exploration and exploitation rights will be given to other central. We are doing that. That is also there. No. That is not there. Lessees will be required to pay royalty and requisite fees, levies and taxes as applicable from time to time to state central government at the prevailing rates and at par with the payments which are required to be made for natural gas and as revised from time to time. Exemption from payment of customs duty on imports under SI number 380 notification number 12/2012 customs dated 17th March 2012 will be applicable. Income tax will be payable as per the Income Tax Act 1961. Within 24 months of grant of CBM mining lease, the lessee shall submit field development plan to DGH for information and record under intimation to the Ministry of Coal. FTP so submitted shall have the approval of the board of the lessee. The time period for submission of FTP may be extended by 12 months by Ministry of Petroleum on a case-to-case basis with the sufficient justification. For delay in submission of appraisal plan and FTP beyond 36 months, the lessee will be liable to pay penalty of ₹1 lakh per month. The lessee shall start production not later than the projected date in the FTP. For delay in production, lessees would be liable to pay a penalty of ₹1 lakh per month of delay. Lessees shall not be allowed to involve third parties for CBM exploitation except through equity participation with the central state PSUs with experience in CBM operations. Majority stake shall remain with the lessee. CBM areas covered under coal mining lease area will be utilized by the lessee in a manner so as to facilitate extraction of CBM prior to coal mining operations or simultaneously with coal mining operations to optimally develop and conserve CBM.
Lessee is Coal India.
Lessee is Coal India Limited.